This time, I'd like to recognize a gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. Pittenger, for his testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, ranking member, and members of the subcommittee. Thank you for offering me the opportunity to speak today. As you know, last year, North Carolina redrew its congressional districts, making my 9th district much more rural, with 7 of my 8 counties in rural counties. So I very much appreciate the focus that you provide to rural America. Over the last few months, I've spent countless hours getting to know the hardworking North Carolinians in Union, Anson, Scotland, Richmond, Robeson, Cumberland, and Bladen County, and hearing about the issues that they face. Particularly in Robeson County, it has been afflicted by chronically slow economic development. Identified by the USDA's Economic Research Service as a persistent poverty county. At least 20% of Robeson County's population has lived under the federal poverty over the last 30 years. Last fall, the situation was exacerbated by the severe flooding from Hurricane Matthew, the effects of which will be continued and felt for many years to come. Robeson is the poorest of all the North Carolina 100 counties, the most ethnically diverse and the largest by geography. These factors combined should alter how we determine grants. So we do not preclude cities like Lumberton, the county seat of Robeson County, which is a prime candidate for USDA rural development grants. As it stands, Lumberton recently crossed the 20,000 population threshold, effectively disqualifying the town from eligibility programs like the Community Facilities Direct Loan and Grant Program or the Economic Impact Initiative grants. Lumberton's current population stands at 21,800 people. Chronically distressed towns who are the support system for the larger counties so close to the population cutoff should at least be considered for these grants and loans aimed at ending chronic poverty. With these factors in mind, I humbly request that the members of the subcommittee accept my language request for increased flexibility of eligibility criteria for the USDA Rural Development Grant and Loan programs. I believe it is common sense that we create the necessary flexibility when making these important determinations and not prevent critical funding from reaching those who are truly in need as a result of arbitrary population metrics. Thank you again for your consideration, and I look forward to working together with you to help find a solution for this national issue.
Thank you, Ms. Pittenger, and let me just say that we are familiar with that issue with Lumberton and that area. Your predecessor for that area, Mr. McIntyre, has been a very strong advocate of that as well, and so what you're saying does not fall on deaf ears. So we want to be of help on that. We want to try to see what we can do to try to find a way to be helpful from this subcommittee. So thank you for your testimony, and as I mentioned with Mr. Thompson, without objection, your entire written testimony will be included in the record. So we
thank you, Mr. Chairman.
thank
I really
you for being
appreciate
here.
it.